ever you wanted an example of Donald Duck becoming increasingly frustrated, the 1946 Disney short Wet Paint will do that for you. This is a pretty interesting short in some ways, but in other ways, there's a character in it who I liked, but I'm not entirely sure why they decided to go down this route. So I will explain a little bit about that, but I'm not going to give any spoilers. I will mention what happens at the end, but I'll pussyfoot around it. I won't say what actually happens, but I'll give my opinion. Released, as I said, in 1946, directed by Jack King. Of course, we have Clarence Nash as the voice of Donald Duck. And in this one, Donald Duck is busy painting his car, but then a bird lands on it. And Donald Duck obviously gets frustrated, a little bit of chaos ensues, and the car looks even worse. He tries to repaint it again, things keep going wrong. There is a scene quite early into it, obviously when the bird lands on the car, the bird gets paint on himself, so does Donald, and then they both dip themselves in this little bucket that says paint remover. Presumably it's water, but I can't help thinking it's turpentine, and that they're just sticking their face in this bucket of turps. I am assuming it's water, let's hope it's water. This character of the bird is quite interesting to begin with, and I like the way he interacts with Donald in the car. He's very cute, very sweet animation. But then it gets quite violent, and I don't have an issue with the violence. I just don't understand the need for it within the context of this narrative. Donald takes things a little bit too far, and it gets a little bit threatening. But once the action has moved away from the car, I feel like it's unnecessary. Donald doesn't usually take his anger with him too far. It's usually built within the scene. And that's not the case here. And some people may not have a problem with that. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I just don't think it was necessarily the best way to progress with this narrative and approach the ending. I feel like there were better ways of concluding this narrative. I won't give examples because I don't want to, well, partly because I don't want to spoil what actually happens, but also because I've not really got any specific examples. I just feel like the theme they went down was a bit too unnecessarily violent, even for Donald. Because Donald's not violent as a character, he's just aggressive. He's just agitated and frustrated, and, you know, why is it always poor Donald Duck that gets, you know, things always go wrong for him? But it was emotional. I mean, I wasn't crying, don't get me wrong, it's not ridiculous. But, you know, it had a small moment of clarity for Donald, and I guess that was quite sweet. But the level of violence that they were kind of suggesting kind of overwrote that for me. So the ending of this short, or kind of let's say the second half of the short, as the action progressed, kind of went in a direction I wasn't hoping for. But I do like the concept. I enjoyed him having to repaint the car and get frustrated. Donald being Donald, I liked the animation design. Clarence Nash as Donald Duck, absolutely fantastic. Can't fault the first half of it. In terms of the animation and the editing and the sound effects, etc., the second half is good, just not what I would have wanted.